All right. So what was in that box? I was trying to do a dramatic intro because this is a very cool and important thing to me, and it's another leather-bound book for my office. This week I am so excited to show off my new 2017 commercial portfolio. I bring this to art directors and potential clients who will hire me to kind of show it off and kind of show the world. But this one is extra special. The last couple of years I've made a magazine, but this year I went with like a leather-bound album to really showcase my work. And I just want to give a huge thank you to DNR Photo. They had just done such a spectacular job, and I'm really happy with it. So I want to kind of flip through and kind of talk about some of the images. First page, kind of just wanted to show a little bit about who I am, my logo, and kind of set the tone for the entire album with a little bit of dramatic imagery of myself shooting. I shot this self-portrait just by myself in the studio one day and really liked the way it turned out, and I love the panoramic format of this album. All right, first page. I wanted to really captivate whoever's looking at this album with an amazing first image. This is Jeff. I've known him for years, and one day he approached me. He's like, I want to do a shoot that's cool and different, and this is what we came up with. So this is one photo. It's a long exposure, and I had my assistant Kirk kind of running around in the background with a birthday cake sparkler, and this is kind of the outcome. And it's just, yeah, especially with the panoramic image, oh, it's just, I love it, and I've had many people say this is the favorite series they've ever done. All right, this is a super recent image of my good friend Dennis. He's an outdoor enthusiast, rock climber, snowboarder, an all-around good guy, and I was kind of helping out with some imagery for his company, Nomad Nutrition. Just want to give them a shout out. So he came in the studio, and we kind of did this backcountry snowboard kind of inspired shoot in the photo studio, and then I composited the reflection in his glasses and the snow and all that kind of stuff. So it was a really fun image. Love the way it turned out. I love how thick these pages are. I don't know if you can really see it on the video, but the pages are really thick, really nice. This is a iconic kind of Vancouver landscape of Lynn Canyon, shot for Weave, another local fitness kind of company. You should check them out. They do 3D printed insoles for your feet. So you take the app that they have and scan your foot, follow the directions that they give, and then they 3D print you custom insoles. Amazing company based out of here in Vancouver, and they actually print them in San Diego, which is kind of cool. All right, this is one of my favorite fitness shots. Got really close to the action there with my camera lens, and I think I even got hit in the face a couple times by the ropes, but it's always a pleasure working with Matt, and he's always kind of ripped and ready to go. All right, this is also one of my favorite shots. It was kind of a Charlie's Angels inspired shoot, and we actually labeled the shoot Your Inner Warrior, and help really empower women to find out the possibilities of their inner strength. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Fatima. She recently just moved to Portugal, and Eliza and I dearly miss her. She trained us every Wednesday morning, and so yeah, it's a big part of our life, and she's in a new chapter in her life in Portugal, and we miss you dearly, Fatima. All right. This is another series that people say is their favorite of mine that I've ever shot. It was actually the same day as the fire photo, the first image in this book. We covered him this time in flour and threw flour at him and got him to flex, and just the motion and the mood and the intensity is really happy with the way it turned out. Another favorite spread. I don't know. I really can't choose between my favorite images. I think this might be my most used image. I've used it in my portfolio for a little while now, and I just can't give it up. It's just so intense, and Harold is amazing, and it made him scream at the top of his lungs for this. And this was really inspired by Nike and Gatorade, and to kind of bring out those dark tones and everything. This is another fun one with Dennis. We got him doing some rock climbing in the studio. We got him to rig his rope up to the rafters, and he did some climbing. The image on the right is actually kind of funny. My assistant was like, "Oh, you should totally be Spider-Man." And then we just kind of rolled with it, and life's too short not to have fun. So Spider-Man made it into my portfolio, which is kind of fun. This spread's really cool. I want to show people I do shoot food, and especially people holding food, as I shoot people for the most part. On the left, we have the head chef of Shambar, one of Vancouver's finest restaurants. Always an amazing dining experience. I still can't believe I even got to shoot there. And then on the right, we have Juniper, one of my favorite bars. If you love gin, go to Juniper. The food's also amazing, but the gin, top notch. Some of my favorite portraits is right there. This is a personal project, stemmed from the idea that people aren't happy with the way they look. I always get people in front of my camera being like, "Oh, my face is too wrinkly, fix this wrinkle, laugh lines, crow feet, etc." But I look at an old leather boot or a really cool old leather jacket. It's all the wear and tear that make it unique and really make it awesome. And we even pay extra now for distressed clothing because it looks awesome. So I really, with this image, wanted to encourage people to really love themselves, love who they are, and it's really those laugh lines and those quote unquote wrinkles that give us unique characters and show everything we've lived through, all the happy moments and all the sad moments, and it's actually a beautiful thing and something not to shy away from. All right, this is two shots from my monochrome series with Artel Salon, and I think it's kind of self-explanatory, but I was like, the whole album's so dark, I do need a pop of color, and this is my pop of color. Super vibrant, real pink, real blue. The models killed it. Just love this spread. And this is Giannis. So Giannis has never modeled before, and he kind of hinted he would like to kind of get in front of my camera, so I made it happen. And wow, Giannis, you should, if you do quit your day job, male modeling is the way to go. You're a fine specimen of human. All right, this is another personal project I did. I wanted to shoot people in their hobbies, not their day job. And this is Tyler here. He and his dad build motorcycles, and you can kind of probably see behind them just like 10 motorcycles stacked up. And yeah, this is cool. I went out to their garage, and it's a really custom-made garage, and that's really fun. Shot Tyler and his dad in the motorcycle garage. All right, this also one of my favorite portraits, and there's a crazy story that goes behind this image. Feel free to, if you corner me, ask me the story. It's a little too long to kind of get into now, but this was shot for an editorial for Artslandia magazine, and he is in the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra. He is in the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra, and I got to go into his house and just like we interviewed him, and I got this amazing shot kind of reflecting himself in his piano in his living room, and I got captured a really natural smile. I want to put this in because it's a little more journalistic than the rest of my portfolio, and I really want to show that I have that in me as well. All right, this shot was just awesome. I was in New York shooting a hip hop artist he's from Harlem, and I had this vision of like a silhouette in front of a motion blurred train, and the trains in New York come so often, so I know I didn't have too long and it's busy, and I was like, oh Kev, stand there, and I was going to take a photo. And I think I snapped like 2 or 3 photos, and this was the first image to come off the back of my camera, and yeah, the flag was just there. It's not composite. This is pretty much a straight out of camera image, and yeah, we lucked out. I don't know what to say. That one was a fluke, but it was amazing. This is also Kev. I wanted to show some attitude in my album, and Kev had no issues getting all up in my grill, kind of showing me some personality, and he's kind of hanging off a chain link fence, which is actually on the rooftop of a Manhattan skyscraper. So that experience was crazy, and it was just pouring rain that day, but shoot must go on. This is also Kev. I was like, do I put 3 in a row of Kev? But the shoot was just so amazing, and I just love his kind of praying hands here, super centered in the photo, and it's the last photo in the album, and I really want to say thank you for checking out my album. So this is the last image. So yeah, thank you guys for checking out my album.